Hello everybody, Keith here with Math Fun and Games. Today we're playing MBT by JMT Games. We're doing scenario 3 with all basic, advanced, and optional rules. We are on turn 6, movement phase. Okay, so NATO has initiative. Soviets will do the first move. Nope. Okay, so first we have to do the hand-to-hand combat, assault combat phase, but there will be none. All right, now we do the movement phase. Actually, what's it called? What is the right nomenclature? Movement and overrun combat step. Movement and overrun combat step. Okay, movement, overrun combat step. All right, so NATO has one initiative. Soviet moves. All right. So these guys right here, they have 4 movement points. All right, they would move from a short halt. Move that out. That short halt thingy. Okay, I want to see if I can pull out. They're not going to need that because they're going to finish their turn. There you go. Okay, so they're going to do this. They have 4 movement points. They're going to turn. Go 1, free move, 2, 3, and turn right there. Yes, that is brush. I think that's just 1 to enter for a tank. All right, now we'll check for the next initiative. NATO rolls 18, Soviets roll 59. Soviets win. NATO moves. Okay. Right there. All right, so I think I only have, what, 3 moves for NATO? So this Bradley's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, turn, extra turn 5, and it has a movement factor of what? Movement factor of 7. So it's how much, what's the movement cost to enter light woods? Woods, light woods. 2. Okay, so it's perfect. I can go in there and it gets a free turn, so it turns right there, and it's still not spotted. Excellent. All right, now the reason I'm moving him there, because that's a good place for him to fire against units that will be attempting to leave the board. It is a good line of sight into the following area. So if you look at his line of sight, that's annoying. All right, so if you look at his line of sight and you see this is where the Soviets are going to be leaving, and there's a pretty good chance of hitting a couple targets, maybe more. So that's a good place for him. All right. Next we do another initiative. NATO, Soviets. NATO wins, Soviet moves. All right, so this guy right here, all right, he's going to move. And he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and he's going to turn to the right. Let's give those guys a whole lot to think about. Then we do another initiative. NATO, Soviets. NATO wins, Soviets move. Okay, move that. Now I want to move this right here. Oh, he wants to move. This is my command tank. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I don't move him at least 2 hexes forward, I am going to have units out of my command range, and I do not want to do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I want him to move 1, 2, 3. Turn. He needs to do a bog check in hex. What hex is that? 1R3. 1R3. Light woods, he will bog on 1 through 20. Wait a minute. Yep. So 1 through 20 with +5 die roll modifier. And 55. No bog. So he's going to go forward and he's going to stop right there in the brush. And that leaves my command tank, the Soviets' command tank, very vulnerable right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But at least everybody's in command. Okay. Spotting. Is he going to be spotted? Yes, he's going to be spotted. I'm not. Way too many vehicles looking in his direction. So he is spotted. All right, next initiative. Oops. NATO, Soviets. NATO wins, Soviet moves. All right. What am I going to do? Okay, so this is the unit that did the overrun. 2 tanks with damaged turrets. In what direction? First, what direction are they facing in? Alright, so I want to get them. I don't want them to be vulnerable. So first of all, I have to do a bog check. 1S5. Okay. Bog checks. 4 units and 1S5. And it's medium woods, so it's going to bog on medium or regular woods. 1 through 20. Bog on 1 through 20 with +5 die roll modifier. You're right, let's go. Bog check 1. Bog check 2. No bogging. Okay, now I have to figure out how I'm going to move this guy. If I move right there, he just becomes a target. Then again, I may draw attention away from, because of the defensive fire rule, a unit has to fire against targets that closest to it. So if they move forward, I can draw fire away from the headquarters vehicle. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to give up any vehicles to the opposition. Could move him in the if I move him in the slight woods, that's something, right? You still have some cover. I'm so tempted to bring them forward and just. All right, I want to see if that light woods hex. What's the range? That 10. All right. How about here? 12 and 11. See, that's that headquarters vehicle will still be the closest target. 12, see. Oh man, this is difficult. I never should put myself in this position. I never should have let my command tank for the Soviets be so in such a vulnerable position. And I'm practically sacrificing 2 vehicles if I let's see, I'm going to go forward first. 1, 2, 3. Turn. See, if I had units in Overwatch, I would so be able to hit these units on the side. 4, bog check. One through 20 with a +5 die roll modifier. First vehicle, this not bog, and second vehicle bogs. Alright, but the first vehicle does get through, the second vehicle bogs. And it'll bog. Unfortunately, it's going to bog at a very funky position. Because it's going to bog, and my units are going to get, the NATO units are going to get a front side shot at it, but oh well. That's the risk you take. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6. I'm gonna get crazy with this guy. 5, 6. Free turn. 7, 6. I want to stop right there. Because if I move forward, I'm going to lose that front facing, and I don't want to lose that front facing. Well, I've already lost the front facing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right there. I may lose that tank, I admit it, but we'll see. At least that gives a little protection for my headquarters tank. Okay, so do another initiative. Okay, let's check. So I got 35 and a 20. NATO wins, Soviet moves. Alright, what do we got here? Alright, so this right here, right over here, I just have these right here are just the heavy artillery, and I'm just going to move them up right here. Right, face them in that direction. I'm just moving them closer to the targets, that's all I'm doing right there. And they don't need a turret marker. Next is going to be initiative. Soviets win, NATO moves. Soviets win, NATO moves. Alright, so this is where things kind of get interesting, because I'm going to push this I'm gonna push that lowly squad or that section up here into that tree line and try to catch one of these Soviet vehicles coming through those trees napping. I just want to see how far they can move. I'm gonna look at their chart. I think they can move 3, but let's see. American leg units. And there's a section. And they can move 3. So they can move 3 hexes. Alright, and that's what they're going to do. I think, well, it's going to be 1 to go downhill. I think it's going to be 1 to enter the buildings. So they're wood buildings. Yep, 1 to enter the wood building. So they're going to go 1, 2. Then I want them right here, 3. And that's a good facing for them. And I also want them on top of that in-building marker right there. Actually, I want to rotate them. Alright, that's good. I think it's only 1 to move down a slope. Let me just double check. Yeah, it's just 1. Now, if that were a wheeled vehicle, it'd be a little bit more challenging. And these are not spotted. I don't think anybody can spot them. Oh, this guy can actually. All right, let's check to see if they're spotted. No, they're leg units. They're not spotted. That's too far away. Unless this radar moves up. Soviets move. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Soviets are going to move that radar unit up. That ground-based radar. It's tough though. I don't want to lose that radar unit. But there are no heavy covers, squares that would really provide me with the angle that I need to see that hex. Oh man, I do not want to lose that radar, ground-based radar. Either way, it's going to be moving. So looking on the counter, it's 7, it's tracked. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, and stop right there. And I just want to check to see if this Bradley has a line of sight to it. Hell no. Okay, so that's still not spotted. Spotting marker on it. Okay, I believe that's it for the movement phase. Yes, it is. Movement phase is now over. Now we go to the second air phase. None, because we don't have planes. And then we'll go to, what's the last turn called? I think it's the adjustment phase, maybe? After the movement. Yeah, it is called the adjustment phase. So adjustment phase begins. All right. One thing you got to remember, most vehicles out here are now crew exposed. I can button them up, but I don't want to. they're a lot more, you can see a lot better if they're crew exposed. Now, any GP hit causes them to button up. Alright, let's see. So let's go right here. Pivot step. 6, 8, 1. So now pivot step. And 6.81. 6.81. 6.81. 6.81. Pivot step by the book. Six point 81. Seven, 6.81. Okay, pivot step. Regardless of their commands, my leg and toe units may change their facing. So this is just referring to leg units. Right there, that leg unit. I'm happy with this leg unit. I'm kind of happy with the position of this leg unit. Well, I'm not. I want this leg unit to pivot to the right. Here we go. Because it's better facing the 3 tanks than the 1 tank. Okay. Next, we go on to the adjust turret and visualization step. Adjust turret and visualization. Adjust. Alright, so adjust turret. I don't think I have any turrets to adjust. I think everybody's facing in the right direction now. Right? Yeah. I think everybody's turret is good. Yep, absolutely. So what's the visualization step? Let's take a look at that. So visualize 6, 7, 8, 1. So 6, 7, 8, 1, 1. Visualization step. 6, 7, 8, 1, 1. 6, 7, 8, 1, 1. 6, 7, 8. So that's anti-aircraft, all right. So that's not referring to this. 736 and 746 are also part of the visualization step. 736 and 746. 736 is alternate spotting conditions and ground weather conditions. So that really isn't it. And 746 is ground-based radar. So that's actually the ground-based radar step, but that can't spawn anything. So we're going to move on to the next step here. We have adjust full cover step. Oops. All right, adjust full cover step. First of all, these guys. I don't want them in full cover. The reason I don't want them in full cover is they'll have a hard time spotting. These guys. Oh my word. They're so... I gotta give them whatever cover I can get. They're gonna have to stay in full cover.